You know, I want to share with you a story. There's a helicopter coming. You might hear it. Uh, yeah, it's a. Sometimes they're looking for people. I don't know. I don't think they are tonight because their light's not on. But it reminds me of the novel. What's that novel? Fahrenheit 451, where Mantag is running away from that drone thing. He was trying to kill him. Yeah, but well, I wanted to talk about a different book. I wanted to talk about the Bhagavad Gita. I think I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but there's a part in the book that you should read it. It's a good book, but this is one of my favorite parts. It's Krishna. Krishna is one of the avatars of Lord Vishnu, right? So Krishna came. He's the one in purple, not purple, blue, blue. Different. That's a different god. He's blue. So Krishna is blue, and he. So there's a I think it's a king or a prince, Arjuna. So Arjuna is in Krishna's chariot, and I skipped a lot of important parts of the story, so you need to read the story yourself. But see, Krishna is he's a prophet of God, right? But there's some interesting things that he says that because Arjuna was about to fight in this war, he was gonna fight his family. So many of his loved ones was on the other side, on the day side, on your opponent's side, right? So and Krishna is having a dialogue with Arjuna, and Arjuna asked Krishna, "What should I do?" And you know what Krishna said? He said, "Go out there and fight." I thought it was so badass. Go out there and fight. I'm like, oh shit, all right. Because you think of a prophet like peace and salutations and all these beautiful things, right? And yes, I think that part of it is that, like, hey, yeah, definitely want peace, but I guess, I guess those words maybe carry a lot of ghosts with people. I might say it and might bring out something I'm not saying at all. So I could go a little bit into what I learned from that part of the story. And it's a great story. You should read it yourself. But there's a lot of good videos on YouTube. And this part, what I like a lot about it is, just go out there and fight, right? And I was trying to explain to you a little bit of what I learned that specifically from that, because I know there's many people, there are 5-7 people watching, and each person is different age, different background, different level of knowledge of where they're at for me right now. So what is that one famous moral story where they ask a bunch, like, to evaluate where you're at morally, like if your mom was sick or something and they had a medicine, and this is a really good psychological story. I forgot what it's called, but it's famous, right? If the mom's sick and this guy invented a medicine, but he's charging you like $2 million. You don't have the money, and he just want to sell it to you, even though your mom's gonna die and she needs that medicine. What will you do? And depending a lot on that answer, you get a lot about where that person's at. You get a lot about where they're at morally. Some people will say, "Oh, I will definitely, I would like what you say. I will definitely go steal the medicine and then leave a note there and say, you know what, I'll pay you back. I'll pay you back once I get the money back." Or some people wouldn't even say that. Some people will be like, just take it and like, "Oh, this is what you get, you evil person." But maybe the doctor spent a lot of money, and he needs to pay for his house. Maybe he needs to pay for his children, and nobody. That's his only way. I guess I like to think about it from different sides. All right, and the other one, last one. I know there's one more. There's a couple more, but this is the last one I'll talk about. The other one would be, well, I can't steal, because stealing is a sin, yeah. I guess steal, don't steal. That's like the basics, the like two main categories to choose from, and everything stems from that. You know what I would tell you? I think either one. I really won't judge you because I have my own personal choice, but I understand everyone else will make a different choice, you know? And it's just owning up to what you feel is aligned more with your morals and your beliefs, you know? And I guess I might look for it later and put it in the descriptions. But yeah. More to about the Bhagavad Gita, you know. I know I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but I say it close enough where like, okay. You know, if I was born in India, I'd probably be saying it real good right now. But with an Indian accent that I can't do. But I practice, I want to. But I know there's many. There's like a billion, so there must be many English variants. That. Well, I digress. But okay. So go out there and fight, right? But there's a way to this, you know. And this is aligned with like, you know, when you play a game, what do you do at the end of the game? You shake hands, you know. Even though like, I remember when I was a little kid and we were playing soccer and this team totally destroyed us and just finishing humiliated us. They spit in their hands and shook our hands, you know. But this is little kids. Little kids are not different from us, huh? But the sweet angels. But yeah, they spit in their hands and shook our hands, and after like pushing us and beating us by, well, I mean, this just went for the kill, man. Yeah, man. But okay. So go out there and fight. But nah, man, okay, maybe I interpret that as go out there and do your purpose, right? Because your purpose is something you fight for, you know. And in the context of that war, yes, he said go out there and fight too. But I think that this is an allegory. Aside from being an actual historical event, there's two aspects to these stories, right? But it's also an allegory, you know. And the wars represents like a problem, you know. It could be a personal problem. It could be in society that you see, you know, that's a challenge. And he's saying, well, go out there and fight, you know. Go out there and fight for what your cause, what you believe in, you know, either. You know, and I'm not one to pick a left or a right side. Or I try not to. I try to look at all the evidence and then weigh it and see, you know, as much as I humanly can, develop a personal opinion. And then go from there. Just acknowledge it's a personal opinion. Because even things that are set in stone, wither away, you find out, wow, there was something totally not there. I didn't expect it, but I digress. But maybe I'll make it into 9 minutes. Okay. Other books that I really like. Oh, there's one book that I really like, and this is from the Gnostic Bibles. You'll see, what I like about the Gnostic Bibles is that they represent a literature that was highly prosecuted. You know, literature that was outlawed. It was heresy. And basically, it was everything that didn't make the New Testament for Christian folks, you know. And a lot of people are scared to read it because it's kind of like they got banished for a reason, you know. And there's a whole argument, more than just 30 seconds I got left. But the Gnostic Bibles, yeah, it represents something. I think it was probably in the 14 AD, you know. 1400 AD, no, 4 AD. I think 400 AD. And Egypt, they were beginning to prosecute anything that didn't align with the canon, right? The one that we know of today. So there was a priest that said, you know what? I see something valuable to this. I see something that's worth risking my life, and you know, and I felt like it paid off, you know, and he didn't see the fruits of his labor. But he fought for what he believed, right? And who would have known, right? Like all these things that you think of all the people that have created things. And I think now we take it for granted because we live in a society that everybody creates, you know, like a commodity. Like, oh, you have a phone, create videos, you know, record yourself all the time. Like, but I do remember just 10 years ago how I really wanted to take photography and make videos, but it was so hard, you know. And now it's an oversaturation in the market, and so the only way you're gonna make is by telling one by one and showing people one by one your video, because it's something you believe in, you know. So if that's what it takes, and fuck it. At least if I get 1,000 people, I think that's still a success, you know. I think, yeah. But all right, guys, you have a good night. Take care. That's how the cops, they still scare me, even though I love them. I ain't dumb.